You just finished high school or maybe university, and right now you are thrown into the adult world. Congratulations. And maybe you started your first full-time job, maybe you start to understand how adult life actually works, and something maybe fell kind of off. You're probably 25 or 23, something like my age, and you feel kind of stuck. You have this feeling of being in the same place, despite of how much effort you put into what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. You feel like you are stuck. It's like running on a treadmill, or like that wheel that hamsters go on, and you are putting a lot of effort, you're sweating, you're fatiguing, but you're not going anywhere. You feel lost, you feel stuck, and it's frustrating because it's the first time in your life that you don't have a system that clearly tells you whether you're progressing or not progressing. Because in education it's very simple, all right? You know how much years you need in order to finish high school. You know how much exams you have left in order to finish your degree, all right? You have a clear expectation, you have clear milestones to reach. And right now that you're into adult life, you can do technically whatever you want, but you never know, you never learn the skill of understanding what you truly want. Because in education, all of your goals, all of the things that you were doing on a day-to-day basis were selected by an external entity. It were maybe your teachers, your parents told you what to do, other influencing figures in your life tell you what to do, maybe a sports coach, maybe a mentor that you have give you milestones and goals. And right now you're an adult and you don't know what the fuck you want because you never learned the skill of deciding what to do, of deciding which goal set for yourself, how to create a plan in order to follow that goal and reach it finally. No one ever told you how to sit in silence, listen to your own desires and understanding what you truly want. No one told you how to transform these emerging desires into precise goals and that goals into precise plan. And I'm not a guru, I'm not an influencer, I'm just a guy like you that by researching, by reading, by understanding how our mind works, how psychology works, how people like me and probably like you who are watching this video works. So I'm going to tell you the method that I use in order to set goals for myself in my life and feel this sense of progress, to feel purpose and meaning in what I'm doing. The step number one is sit in silence and ask yourself what you want. Sit in a room with no technology, no distraction, no stimulation whatsoever, and just sit on your ass, get bored, and ask yourself what you truly want. Try to get bored as much as you possibly can and try to pay attention to the thoughts that are starting emerging into your mind, the desire that you are feeling from the depth of your consciousness. And once you get some ideas, take a piece of paper and start to write down 10 goals that you would like to achieve in the next 12 months. All the random ideas that come into your mind, just write them down. Don't overthink it too much. Just write them down, and even it's shallow, even it's materialistic or stupid, just write them down. Don't worry. Put the list down. The second step is to evaluate your goals. Once you have your list of 10 goals, look at every one of them. Now, before, you need to just put them down in the most random way as you possibly can. The second step is to look critically at every point of your list and ask yourself, is this goal authentic desire of mine, or I adopted this from someone else? Is this a desire that is authentic to me, or it is implanted by society, by my mother, by my daddy, by friends of mine, okay? Evaluate each one of these desires and be honest with yourself. If you realize that you want something because your parents, your friends influenced you, it's fine, don't worry. It happened to me too. Everyone is influenced by everyone, all right? The important part is being aware of it. And once you realized that a goal on the list, it's not an authentic desire of yours, but an injected desire, cancel it out of the list. Just wipe it out. And this is the first step in order to wipe out the desires that are not truly authentic to you. Step number 3, ask yourself, which goals would improve my life the most? Because not goals are the same. Some of them would have a better return on investment into pursuing them. And by the way, this is completely subjective because one of my goals is, for example, doubling my income. If you already have a lot of money, maybe doubling your income won't improve your life that much. But for someone who is kind of starving, improving his finances would actually be beneficial. So I want you to look at the remaining goals and make a circle around 1 to 3 goals that, if achieved, would improve your life the most. Step number 4 is framing your goals in a smart way. Once you have this 1 to 3 goals, you need to frame them in a specific way in order to make it clear what you truly want. Because let's say that one of your goals is getting into shape or getting fit. What do you mean by being in shape? You mean being actually ripped? You mean being physically attractive, or you mean being physically strong? You want to perform better at a specific sport and activity, or you want just to attract more women, okay? You gotta be really specific about what you truly want, because the same general goal can have different meanings, so you gotta be really precise. And a way to be as precise as possible with your goal setting is by framing it in the SMART way, which is an acronym for specific, which have a clear definition of what you want, something that is measurable so that you can have a way to measure your goal and how much you want to improve it, achievable, so be sure that the goal is realistic in a 1-year time frame, and a goal that is relevant to your original deep desire, and that is time bound. So you gotta select a deadline for reaching those goals, which I've done that for you, which is 1 year. Examples of SMART goals are, for example, being able to lift 100 kilos on the bench press for 1 rep for the next year. This is a SMART goal because it's specific. Lifting 100 kilos on the bench press is measurable. 100 kilos is achievable. Yeah, this depends on your level of training, but is achievable, is relevant to what I want to do, is time bound. Also, another kind of SMART goal could be earning $5,000 a month for the next year. Depends on your situation, but it respects all the 5 parameters of the SMART goal framework. You gotta setting specific conditions of what success or what you truly desire means to you. Step number 5 is to set daily learning goals. Because it doesn't matter which goals you set, if you do nothing in order to achieve them on a day-to-day basis, you're not going to get to reach it. Once you have your SMART goal set, you have to individuate a basic action that you can execute on a weekly or a daily basis. For example, if your SMART goal is to bench 100 kilos, your basic action would be go to the gym and perform reps on the bench press, okay? Very easy, very brain dead. You have to find the daily action that you can consistently perform in order to get where you want to be. Step number 6 is continually reevaluate. Because once you start setting goals and you start moving towards these goals again, you're going to feel this sense of progress that you lacked after getting out of education. You start to feel this high once again. So you technically solved your problem. You refound again this way of feeling progress towards life. You have a way to set goals for yourself that are important and authentic to you. But you have to reevaluate consistently your goals and the direction that you are taking to be sure that you are following the good path, that you're not slacking off, or if you realize that you're following a desire that wasn't truly authentic, you can deviate and follow something that feels more aligned with who you are and your values. So my advice is to take 1 day every month. I personally use the last Sunday of every month to reevaluate your progress, to see where you were in the past, where you are right now, and where you're going if you keep continuing on this path. So what can you change about your plan, what can you improve, and which direction you're going, and if it feels desirable. I hope that this video was useful. Remember to aim upward as always.